In recent years, based on the relationship of traditional friendship and cooperation that have been continuously consolidated and developed, trade relations between Vietnam and India also increased rapidly from over 1.2 billion in 2006 to 2.5 billion in 2010. In 2011, in the context of global economic downturn, bilateral trade between Vietnam and India still grows at the rate of 42%, with a total $3.9 billion, of which India's export up than 33% and Vietnam export up to 57%. Compared to 2000, bilateral trade between Vietnam and India has increased nearly 20 times. To date, the total investment value of India in Vietnam reached $771 million. However, despite many achievements that have been achieved, the economic, trade and cultural cooperation between the two countries is still lower than the two-country potentials.
We all know that the free trade between India and ASEAN was signed recently. So how do you view the importance of free trade agreement between India and ASEAN in the trade relations between India and Vietnam?
You know, Vietnam is a member of ASEAN and various other international bodies. Similarly, India also, you know. So, therefore, if there are duties, import duties in each other's country, that makes our goods not so competitive, you know. Therefore, this FTA will be very useful for our products to become competitive in each other's country. But I would like to add that this FTA is only for goods, you know. I want to see FTA also in services. That is very important, you know, whether it is banking or insurance or various other categories of services. The markets have to be open for services also.
So in your opinion, do the two countries' enterprises fully recognize and take full advantages of the FTA?
You know, it's only 2 years, as I said. The duties are still there, you know, it is coming down gradually, but the duties are still high. I would say the real benefit will be after another 1 or 2 years, when duties are either very low or they are zero. But still, because the duties have started coming down, so there is benefit, but the real benefit will happen when the duties after 3 years, 2 to 3 years more.
In addition to this agreement, what else can we do in order to improve the bilateral trade between the two countries?
I remember when I formed the Hiệp hội Doanh nghiệp Ấn Độ tại Vietnam in 1998. At that time, the bilateral trade between India and Vietnam was about 100 triệu đô, which is very low. And most of it was dependent on the ODA from India to Vietnam. Since then, it has now grown to 3,500 tỷ đô in last year, $3.9 billion. So that is a very rapid growth. In fact, in 2010, it was, I think, 2.5 billion. So again, 2.5 to 3.9 billion in 1 year. And we compare India's trade with Vietnam. That is only 6%. I would like to see India-Vietnam bilateral trade to be more than 10% of the trade of India with ASEAN. So therefore, I am not fully satisfied still.
So what can you say about the opportunities for Vietnamese enterprises or companies to do business or invest in India?
There are investments from India to Vietnam. Maybe not so much, but there are. But there is no investment from Vietnam to India. And I would like to invite Vietnamese companies to come to India and invest. India is a great market, you know. India is a very big economy, more than $1.5 trillion. It's a very big economy. And the other advantage is that we have all the raw materials available in India. The labor cost is low. So we don't have to import the raw material. You know, we can, because we produce the raw material in India and the labor cost is low, so our cost of production is low. If Vietnamese companies come to India to do joint venture, they can sell in India because it's a very big Thi Chuang Ando Zatlan. They can sell in India or they can export from India and they can make money. And after that they can repatriate their profits back to Vietnam.
So once again, thank you very much, Mr. Shantanu, for taking the time and being with us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and it was wonderful talking to you. Thanks.
And that's all for Sharing Vietnam today. We hope to see you again at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. And if you have any comments or suggestions, don't hesitate to write to us at sharingvietnam@gmail.com. Once again, I'm Văn Hiệp. Bye for now.
Cảm ơn ông Shantanu và biên tập viên Văn Hiệp về những chia sẻ vừa rồi. Còn ngay sau đây chúng ta sẽ cùng quay trở lại với biên tập viên Nguyễn Tùng để đến với câu chuyện hội nhập của ngày hôm nay.
Xin cảm ơn Hà Phương. Thưa quý vị và các bạn, là một nước xuất khẩu gạo đứng thứ 2 trên thế giới. Tuy nhiên, với những khó khăn tiềm ẩn, Việt Nam đang đứng trước những thách thức để khẳng định vị thế của mình. Đó là những thông tin chúng tôi sẽ đề cập tới trong tiểu mục Hội nhập và Phát triển bền vững ngày hôm nay.